What's up, vapors? Thanks for checking out Daily Vape TV. My name is Nick, and today we're going to be taking a look at the CuBox-AIO. I got a new chair! Anyways, guys, before we get into this video, I do have to give a big shout out and thank you to Heaven's Gifts. They're the people that sent this thing to me for the purpose of making this video, so I really do appreciate it. They're someone new I'm working with, and I'm really happy to be taking a look at their products. So taking a look at their website, this thing is available in 5 different color schemes. You have black, red, blue, green, and silver like I have here, and it's going to run you about $30, which I think is an appropriate price point for a little starter kit like this here. It wouldn't make a bad gift, and it's not going to hurt the wallet too much. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive down to the close-up view and take a better look at this thing. Alright guys, as you can see here, we've got the CuBox-AIO in its original package, so let's quickly take a look around the box and then talk about what's inside. So we have a lovely picture of the device right there on the front with a bit of the spot gloss, as you can see there. We also have silver embossed logos all the way around this thing. Those two there. We have the website on the bottom. We have a Joyetech logo right there on the side, as well as on the top. And the CuBox-AIO on this side as well. And on the back, pretty much nothing new here. You've seen this on pretty much every package that you've ever taken a look at. But we have what's inside the box, the UPC, the little scratch-off authentication thing, the color indication, some company information, and some other little doodads there as well. So there's the Joyetech logo once again. So let's just go ahead and open this thing up and see what's inside here. Well, first and foremost, we are greeted with this lovely little warning card. Basically, it's just don't hit it dry. Make sure you fill it up with liquid. So there you go. Little information thing right before you even get to the device. So here's the device itself, which we'll be taking a look at in just a second. Underneath the little foam tray, we have the warranty card, of course. Just a simple little flip open style warranty card thing. And it's a pretty darn thick booklet considering how small the device is, but here we go. A whole bunch of different languages, and it's pretty wordy. You know, there are a few graphics like that which are very helpful, but overall, it's pretty tiny print and it's pretty wordy. Then we have the accessories. We have, oh yes, the obligatory USB cable box. You know what? I'm going to make a mountain and take a picture of these things one day because I have quite the collection, as I'm sure a lot of other reviewers do as well. And what is in here? This must be an extra coil, yeah. So we get a couple O-rings, of course, a full set looks like. And we get an extra coil as well. Obviously, I have used one, but there's another one right there waiting for you. Alright guys, let's go over the specs. It's a simple all-in-one design, one button with 50 watts of max output. The minimum resistance is 0.2 ohms, built-in 2000 milliamp hour battery, 2 mil e-liquid capacity, top fill design with twist-off cap, glass visual window, battery indication light, adjustable top airflow control valve, utilizes the Joy Pro C BF SS316L atomizer heads for mouth-to-lung vaping, includes 2 of those coils that are 0.6 ohms of resistance, meant for 15 to 28 watts, compatible with all Joy Cubis atomizer heads as well, micro USB charging port, maximum charging current is 2 amps, dual circuit protection, and it has bottom ventilation holes. Alright guys, so let's go over this thing from top to bottom, starting it off with this tip. This is a non-removable tip, and I'll show you exactly why that is the case in just a second here, but it's made of plastic and it's fairly durable and comfortable to vape on, so I really don't have a major problem with that. But the reason it's not removable is because of this here. You unscrew this lid here, and that's how you fill it. So you just unscrew the top cap there. There you can see the little gasket, and you fill it on either side there as well. And it's fairly intuitive and easy for those people that are just getting started. So that's pretty cool, but unfortunately you lose the ability to change out the drip tip on this thing. As you can see here, those are the 4 little air slots, and they're fully adjustable, of course. It's only about a quarter turn between fully open and fully closed, so if you like to tinker around with your airflow a lot, then that'll be fairly simple. And to open up this thing, to get the coil out, just unscrew it like that. You don't have to really press down on or anything like the original AIO, it just kind of unscrews. And there you can see the coil inside. These are the special new coils that they came out with for this particular device here. And you can see the juice reservoir in the bottom as well with that big gold-plated contact. Next, we have this little window right here on the front that shows your juice level, and it even has a little LED on the inside, as you guys can see there, which is really nice if it's dark or you're driving or something like that and you really want to just take a quick look at your juice level. You can see it very easily on the inside there. You can also see your battery life right there. I have 4 bars of battery life. There is a total of 5, and that's pretty easy to tell where you're at as far as that goes. There's your charging port, which is just a micro USB, and it supports a quick charge function as well, which is definitely a nice touch. Your main firing button right there on the back, which is nice and big, but still sits pretty flush, so it's not really too obtrusive at all. Nice and clicky feeling, definitely has a very tactile sort of feeling to it. Then it has this really cool looking kind of design on there. It's kind of digital snakeskin sort of looking. Kind of nifty, simple, but, you know, effective. And I think it looks pretty cool. So there you go. Nothing much on the bottom other than a couple of vent holes. And that's pretty much it. This device is a nice little piece of kit for the price, I think. But that's pretty much all I had to talk about in this little up close section here. Let's go back to the main screen, have a quick vape on this thing, and we'll talk about it some more. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the close-up section of the video. Now let's talk about my personal thoughts about this device, some pros, some cons, and whether or not it's worth purchasing. Starting off today with the pros, and my first pro is that it's tiny. Yeah, this thing is absolutely tiny. Fits really, really nicely in the palm of your hand, and it's very easily concealable as well. So this is perfect for the stealthy vapor, someone that's on the go that just wants to throw it in their pocket or their purse or something like that without taking up too much room. And it's going to be great because you probably won't have to carry around an extra bottle of juice. If you're doing this with a mouth-to-lung style, a tank of liquid can last you all day. So that is definitely a bonus for this little guy here. My second pro today is that it's cheap. This thing comes in right around 30 bucks, which is really inexpensive for the people that might be on the fence about vaping to begin with. You know, they're smoking, they're looking to quit, and maybe they want to try vaping, but they're worried it's going to cost them an arm and a leg and break the bank. Well, this thing here for 30 bucks is really all you need to get going, obviously, besides a bottle of juice. It would also make for a really great gift, so make sure you keep the smoker in your life in mind when you're shopping online. Maybe pick one of these up for them, just to get them started in the vape world. My third pro for this device is that you can use it mouth to lung or a slightly restricted direct to lung. Honestly, I've been using it both ways with the same 6 milligram liquid in here, and it works really well both ways, I gotta say. Honestly, if I'm using it mouth to lung, I'd probably do it more 12 milligrams, something like that, just to give me that nicotine satisfaction with the smaller hit. But when I'm using it with the direct to lung, it is slightly restricted and it doesn't quite give off the power that I usually look for in a device, so I tend to use this thing with a slightly higher nicotine strength than my normal 3 milligram, but in the end I get the same kind of nicotine satisfaction and the throat hit that I'm looking for out of it. So either as a mouth to lung or a restricted direct to lung, this thing works great. And my fourth and final pro for this device is the battery life. I'm getting days out of this thing if I use it as a mouth to lung device, and if I use it as my secondary kind of direct to lung slightly restricted device, then I'll get at least a full day out of it. So as far as that goes, it definitely passes the long drive test as far as battery life is concerned. However, direct to lung vaping this thing with a 2 mil tank is definitely going to eat up a little bit more juice. Alright guys, so moving on to the cons, my first con is that the coils aren't that great. Honestly, I see no discernible difference between the original AIO and Cubis 0.6 ohm coil and this one here. So with that, I really would have liked to have seen a performance boost. I mean, I would tend to get a little bit of flooding with those original coils, and I still get that same problem with this one here. Also, I would have liked to have seen a little bit better flavor and a little bit longer life, but there's no real big difference between the originals and these. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm probably going to end up just swapping it out with the original coils at some point in time, maybe even using the 1 ohm because I did see a slight performance boost when I used those mouth to lung. My second con today is they could have utilized that screen a little bit better in my opinion. Now, what I mean by that is I really would have liked to have seen a numerical battery life indication rather than the 5 rectangles that you get now. And with that, I think that's a big flaw with this one here, just because it is draining a little bit of battery just using that screen. And if you're not going to really use the full potential of a screen, then why bother having it? And my third and final con for this device is the limited customization options. Now, one thing I really liked about the original AIO is the fact that you can customize what color the LED is on the inside of the tank, and with this one you can't. So just taking that one tiny little feature away just kind of detracts from this device a little bit. I just like being able to switch things up from time to time, you know, just like the fact that you can't put your own drip tips on there. I can understand why they did what they did, because you need that little bit of grip, and there's no way a custom drip tip is ever going to fit tight enough so that you can get that top cap off to fill this thing. But with that, it just kind of takes away from the overall aesthetic and design of this thing. So at the end of the day, is this device worth purchasing? Would I go out of my way to pick one of these up if I didn't get this one in for a review? And I'm going to say yes to this one, mainly because of the price point. I absolutely love the $30 price tag with these little kits here, and it does have a few features that I like a little bit more than the original AIO, and it's definitely a nice little pocket-friendly size as well. So if you have someone in your life that needs a little kit like this, just keep them in mind. This would make for a perfect stocking stuffer for them. Links are right down there in the box below if you want to check one out for yourself. So that about does it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. Don't forget to click that notification bell right next to the subscribe button if you want to be alerted whenever I upload videos. Also, leave me some comments in the box below. I'd love to hear your thoughts all about the CuBox-AIO or anything else you guys want to discuss down there. Also, check out the description of this video. That's where you're going to find the advocacy and my social media links. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and as always, vape on!